Alright, we're all packed up, ready for a little road trip. Go down to Columbus, see some fish. Camera plugged in, and we will be on the road. Look, Jethro, we got your buddy.
On the road again. Just can't wait to get on the road again. My love is making music with my friends. I can't wait to get on the road again.
Alright, now we got Joey's Sloth and Cactus. We're definitely ready for a fish now. internet connected on this computer. All right, what are we waiting for here? Let's go. Let's go. Or GPS location accuracy. Well, let's have that up here.
On the road again.
You want Bucky? Back here?
Just can't wait to get on the road again. Why my love is making music with my friends. I can't wait to get on the road again.
I'll probably get a copyright strike for that. Stop this so I don't get yelled at for not looking at the camera. I find something. That's much faster than my trip, comma. I have to follow follow those lines going south. I am in Troy, roughly at 15 and a half mile into Quinder. DeQuinder. We can target to meet up next week sometime. I am 576 West Lane Avenue, Columbus. Shortcuts are back. One of the last software update, all my shortcuts were gone, and I thought I was going to have to reprogram them. Columbus, Ohio. That's the first thing I looked at. LOL. Thankfully, I have a camera that I think I can pass off as a point and shoot. Although it's not small at all. It's 2 to 3 times the size of that white one from Deer Creek. But it can shoot 8K video, so I might give that a whirl. Kristen, look at the first song they played from a couple nights ago. And there goes my theory of getting a Buried Alive opener tonight. Define unnecessary. LOL. I look at it as a much needed business opportunity for my channel. Plus that thing is way too massive to smuggle in, especially without a backpack, so I might attempt to take it in, but if I do, it wouldn't be smuggled. It would be in plain sight, because there's also no way that's getting through a metal detector without setting off. No, I don't think I've heard of them, but if they're in Troy and if they are hiring, it might be worth looking into. At this point, I trust a completely unknown startup that I've never heard of before more than I trust my current management who has done nothing but proven they will lie and break their formal agreements. Okay, no worries. Thanks for getting back to me. Comma. Do you know how I can get a hold of Nick? Question mark. I wanted to ask him if he was interested. And I was talking with Nick a couple months ago before I went to California, and he was mentioning you guys were starting up some 3D printing business activities, and he wanted to chat with me about it because I've got a lot of experience with that and over 20 printers at the moment. So if you guys wanted to collaborate, definitely keep me in mind. I've got tons of really good ideas and several commercial licenses that will allow me to sell certain prints and printed parts. You guys stay there, buddy. We got a few hours to go. Hey guys.
Hey, good afternoon.
How are you guys doing today?
I'm trying to see if I called this meeting.
I'm trying to see if you called it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You had set it up for 2 o'clock.
Okay.
I saw that Jim joined early, so I was gonna pop in and I'm
Okay.
mobile right now, so I don't have easy access to share the file or take notes on it, but I did
Well, I can
email out
go ahead.
the latest one.
Yeah. Right.
I think Tuesday, maybe.
It was one of those days. Yeah, Tuesday. Here we go. And I'm not sure if Fernando. It's because I'm quite sure he has a hectic schedule today.
Yeah.
Let me reach out to him to see, and then we'll.
Okay.
All right, hold on. I did that. Because I'm kind of in the same boat with these heavy duty on other stuff. Trying to get that up to speed, and this is more than interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, where did he go?
I hear you. Yeah, I keep forgetting that you kind of got dropped into this after Alex left, and I was,
Yeah, and stuff just keeps.
and it was definitely.
I'm getting my head around it, but it's still when I think I'm on level ground, then something changes.
Mm-hmm.
Just for example, while I'm sending out to Fernando, I did inquire out to the about the label, the label scribes on the pipes.
Yeah.
I have to go look and see what our standard says. We have a standard 109, 106, and see what that says, because I haven't reviewed that to see if there's a certain orientation that's required. I know it's a certain style of label, but I just want to make sure. Yeah. There he is. Let's see if he's available. It looks like he's in a meeting, so let me just inquire.
Okay.
But initially, they indicated, because we had a kind of review with them at Satil, it wouldn't be an issue as long as they're able to get access to the, I guess, the QR code that'll be part of the label, or the reading the label itself, going horizontally across the tube.
Mm-hmm.
But I have to see what the standard says though first.
Okay.
This is D2 REPP. So it was kind of a good meeting. Let me see what Fernando said, because again, we may have to just quickly reschedule this, because if you're on the roll, and I don't want to hold other folks up, to get a chance to review this thing.
Okay.
Oh, come on. And I still believe I have you dropped off the part yesterday with Mike, right?
Yep. Yeah. I
Okay, good. Okay.
dropped off to Mike. He headed back in the building with it after I got it to him. So.
Yeah, he probably placed it on my desk, because I sit right around the corner from where Mike sits, so he just probably went around and put it on my desk.
Okay.
Okay, then if I have my 3D parts, then I'm going to be able to start working on setting up with our fabricating department and getting a fixture set up so we can start trying out these tethers. My only hiccup I may have is there's a grommet, it's similar like a rubber grommet that goes inside the housing where the cup of our fill pipe would go through, right?
Okay.
It's nothing that's holding our pipe. It's just what our fill pipe goes through for sealing purposes. So I would kind of need that to help us determine, where we request the whole location for the tether insert. Okay, and he's green. Did he join? Let's see.
Who we waiting to join?
Fernando.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's looks like he's maybe be able to in a second. Let me go open up this thing. Okay, he's saying yes, so he should be joining us momentarily here. All right, there we go. Get this out the way. Where to go? Get this out the way. It is 2 o'clock. Oh, it's not even 2 o'clock yet. Okay.
That's 2 minutes.
Okay. Maybe that's not why he's taking his 2 minutes. I was thinking it was 2 o'clock.
Yeah, Jim's got everyone all out of whack by joining 10-15 minutes early.
I just joined because I don't forget, because I'm multitasking all the time.
Yeah, that's what I did. I saw you. I said, oh shoot, let me get on.
You know how many meetings I missed because I joined late? I forget.
You gotta tell me. Hey, Fernando, thanks for joining, man.
Yeah, no problem.
I
thought. Is it?
Go ahead.
What time was it? Was it like already happened, or is it?
No, it's at 2.
Okay.
Jim got us all frazzled.
All right, I was confused. I'm good. No.
Okay, yeah, Jim Orlando got us all frazzled. We thought we were late, but we were early, so my bad. All right, let me start sharing here. This is the D2 REPB DVPNR. This was provided, and Russell's on the road, so I'm going to be driving the latest DVPNR that he has for the D2 REPB program. Actually, to be for the the other fill pipe as well, the DP REPB, is correct? One is the short version and the other is the long version too, or is this just for the long version too?
Can you zoom in on the part number?
Yeah, I was gonna say, based on the title, it seems to just be the ice one, right? Because I think, and you were not here on Thursday, Craig, but I think we met on Thursday and went through. Was it this one or was it the other one?
It was this one that we went through. Is this?
Okay. This is the 9832. Okay.
Let me look.
I'm sorry.
Look at the title. Does this one say? Is the date like 7/7/7 or 7/8? Or
there's it on here. Well, the part number is the 5700 9832. This is the ICE 27 model year DDPNR. So this is the one that was sent on Tuesday. Now, was there another version that you sent?
Let me see here.
But yeah, this is the 27 heavy duty DPDD ICE, and then the part
ICE,
number,
doesn't it? Shoot. Yeah. Let me email this other one here real quick.
Did you send another one? Okay. Yeah, that's the latest one I see that I received recently was that one.
I might have. I think I
Might have
got some of my
grabbed the wrong one.
my updates in the wrong file. Yeah, I found the 28. So this one is from 4/9. That should be the latest. All right, I'm dropping this in an email right now.
Yeah. A second to go open. Let me see if I received it yet.
It hasn't sent yet. It's
Oh, okay.
I'm going through VPN, so it's exceptionally slow.
So this one's already signed off for the ICE one, the 27 short version fill pipe is already signed off. I believe, yeah.
Yeah,
I believe, okay.
it's signed off, but we made the updates to move the PV the corrosion
to PV, yeah.
to PV1. So that was the updates in
I
that,
see.
in
I
that
got you.
one.
Mhm.
I don't know why it's not attaching.
So why that's coming, just to get Fernando up to speed. For that one, Fernando, this is the one we were inquiring about, pulling the corrosion testing that initially was scheduled for PV2. We pulled it ahead to PV1. So we just updated this already signed DVPNR to implement, stating that fact that we pulled this corrosion up to the PV1 and then inputted the dates.
Okay. Yep. Sounds good. I mean, that makes sense for everything. Time prohibitive. Let's say, we're pushing to PV1. Corrosion makes sense being one of those.
Right. Exactly. So it's just we have that document. And I'm going through. This is for Morris Delantis. All these RMSs that keeps coming up. But I think a lot of them are going to be closed, or a lot of them we're just waiting on CNs to be completed. All right, come on.
Hey Jim, are you connected to the R drive?
Not right now. I can.
Can you
Okay,
Hold on.
try connecting and go to the
Hold on a second. I got to get my VPN going here.
Okay.
I'll try. Oh,
Let me see. Wait a minute. Let me see which one this one is, Russell. Oh no, that's the same one. Okay. What's this one?
well, I might have it in the email. Did you email it to me in the last 24 hours?
No, to go. It's on the R drive.
Oh, that's the issues one.
Hold on a second. Getting VPN in.
And Fernando, while they're looking for that, the DVPNR, Rodolfo is going to set up a meeting with the body team and hopefully the manufacturing as it relates to the D2 REPB fill pipe mounting bracket. We're going to look at the two proposals that we currently have. If they're in agreement, we're going to get them those MAV files so they can apply the whatever material they're going to be using. And for for YAP, our bracket that's going to be mounted, that's going to be welded to our cup is still going to be the stainless steel 316 as we have today, right?
Yeah, the idea would
Okay.
be to use the same material
Okay.
that we currently have. And I know it's not going to be the cheapest of the brackets, but I think, we don't really have an alternative there, which is
Where do you want me to go, Russ? APQP or?
So that's hopefully Rodolfo will get that meeting set up between, I'm not sure if it's going to be today, but tomorrow or Friday. So we can at least review it with them, get them the math. The Stellantis design team is working on, they have the one math baseline. They're just working on the second math that Rodolfo has sent me. I call it the 3-leg and the 2-leg versions of that body bracket.
Where do you want me to go, Russ?
Go to the.
I'm already in fill pipes.
Actually, I just got it. Okay, so I'm sending it now.
Okay.
It's being sent to the meeting invite list.
Okay.
It's the one that Fernando and I went through on July 3rd. I worried myself for a second. Thought I lost the updates to that file, but the computer just wasn't updating the screen.
Who's going on here? Okay, there it is. All right. All right, I opened it up. Let me start sharing again. Okay, this should be the one you just sent, Russ. So this is the one I just got open.
Yep.
Is for the 9831 AA, which is the long wheelbase. I mean the long fill pipe. Yep. Okay. Let's see what are we saying over here. I'm just looking at the final agreement notes, and then we got Stellantis final review and what's on the other side of this. Okay, and our feedbacks. Okay. So let's start.
There's a couple of them that we can, the ones that had the blue highlight there was a question as to where those tests were going to be run. So I've got those updates. We can.
Yeah, I thought just send out an email with those, even the updated locations, right?
Yeah.
I think it's started. Yep.
Yeah, and everything's China is the feedback that I got.
So China except for the corrosion.
Correct.
So okay, this is where you're saying it's going to be done in China. Okay.
Yeah, China or RDCN is what we call China. It's the R&D Center China. That's what that stands for.
Okay,
Some of
so
those things, just so you guys know, some of those can change depending on availability of our lab and stuff, but we don't know that until we make parts and get closer.
Yeah, I think that's fine. We're usually more concerned about the timing, right, and than the location itself. But it's always good to know if it's somewhere where, if it is in the U.S.,
Well, I
something
just
local,
know
we
that
could have
you're
somebody
right.
going.
Timing is important, but Namir and your team has a pet peeve. When we were busy a few years back, they don't want to hear there's no location. So if and you can't control all these labs because they're, you know, we have we have all kinds of programs going on at the same time. Whether it's our internal China lab or a third party lab, they cater to the whole world, not just the Stellantis. So we're always
What?
wrapped up around their big, you know, at the time.
Not just for us. Yeah, that's fine.
So I
Do
want to
do
tell
you?
you the truth. You know, right now usually it's pretty good, but if our China lab gets busy, we might pick a lab in the U.S. or Mexico or wherever. I don't know.
Okay, yeah,
Do,
that's fine.
okay, before we go through, do we want to, is the dates inputted or should I unhide the columns? I know we see we got okay, so I'm just
I
assuming
don't
that
think
those were looked at.
the plan timing might be in there. That's
The
all plan time.
yeah,
Yeah,
the plan timing might be in there, but I just to remind everyone, like everything's contingent on getting a design kicked off, and
yeah, right.
and we're
Okay,
like falling back on the couple of design points. So whatever dates we put on here today could change by 2 weeks. By the time this stuff gets finalized and kicked off.
okay, because I'm just looking at it. It seems like if that was already reviewed, going by the feedback from us was okay. So and we don't, like you said, we really don't have a date yet based on the designs not frozen. Um, but it seemed like it was reviewed at some point.
Correct.
Okay. Okay, so how we want to go through the ones that doesn't have an okay next to it and look at those, or do we want to go through each individual DVPNR section?
It's up to you guys. I know Fernando and I went through it on Thursday, and the list of open points are what I had sent out in the email.
I'm just trying to see if there's any items that wasn't reviewed by us. Okay, let me go back up. For contamination, okay, China will verify the other methods provide cleanness. Okay, so this was deemed okay. After you gave us your definition of what the process is going to be.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Appearance is okay. Dimensionals. Okay, so you're going to give us a supplier of the pipe dimensional report for both DV and PV. Same for this one, okay. Both DV and PV, okay, same answer. I'm not sure, Fernando, we're okay with that if we don't say okay. We got it colored blue, but we don't indicate that it was okay that we accept that.
I guess the question is, well, that was the question for Jap, right? How are they going to do it? I assume, is a gauge going to be used? Is dimensionals are going to be done? Yeah, I don't remember.
That's all per our control plan testing, I believe.
So we got a column that says feedback and it's empty. we not look at this yet, Russ? Or
No,
Well,
what's the
go ahead.
question? It's this is our standard dimensional check that we do. It's done at startup. It's done. There's a capability study that's done prior to PPAP.
meet the dimensional requirements specified on the drawing. Okay, yeah. So we do a scan or whatever, right?
Yeah. It's just this one's we've.
So they said, how will YAP verify dimensions for each recirc line version? Supplier dimensional report to be included as part of an assembly DVP report.
Yeah.
So this isn't just for our report. They're asking for supplier reports.
Yeah, and that's fine. I mean, the question was, how is YAP going to confirm the parts or the dimensionals of the purchased parts? And it's a simple answer. It's the same way we do all of our other purchased parts that we've done since the beginning of time.
Yeah.
It's not a simple answer because sometimes there's $100,000 gauge involved and they go through a go-no-go gauge and stuff, or there's some or CMM or something.
This one, to me, we're wasting time by talking about this one. I feel, but
Well,
so it's a
gonna,
standard dimensional report, right?
yeah,
So okay,
yeah. I mean,
I'm just looking at it. But just put standard stuff, and they have a lot of words in there they're asking us. So I don't know why they would ask that.
we just want to make sure because the customer, you're not the producer of the recirc line, right?
No.
Okay, and so how are you getting the dimensionals from the supplier? Are you checking it when it comes in at your facility, or are you using their report? That's how I'm understanding
the parts that we purchase. We're not checking them. Like, we don't have any additional checks planned. Like, we're not gonna scan lines from the supplier. I mean, we would.
Yeah. So
we would do that if.
yeah. So part of
if
your
there was-
requirements will be, or yeah, the controls that you will ask for your supplier to prove that it is okay, right? I see your.
Yeah.
But yeah, that would be the question.
Yeah.
Okay, I just put YAP use their standard report.
Just they PPAP'd us and stuff, so we'll have all the information.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
All right, okay. All right. The finish doesn't really apply. That's okay. We reviewed.
You guys got everything okay, so just keep
Okay,
going
discharge. Okay. And one, we only got to do vehicle level. Well, that's for noise.
Yeah.
Okay. We may have to come back to this one though, but we won't know until we get our design. I'm talking about the noise one. Okay, the bracket weld integrity, we got it as okay. That shouldn't really be any difference based on how we weld it to the cup, right? It doesn't really. The bracket can have some funky design, but at the end of day, it still has to weld to those positions on the cup.
Correct.
Yeah. At some point, we had the question about this one, and that's my colleague. Whether the upper bracket had to be applied towards this one, and yeah, the bottom line is yes. So, but yeah, I think we have good agreement on this one.
Okay.
That's good. Anything that's okay that we even got to look at it.
Well, you guys don't have to. I'm going to look at it because it's my really.
Yeah. I mean, you guys put
diving
the
into
okay
it.
in there.
Yeah.
I understand that, but it all looks good. So.
Now, is there any concerns of? I know we don't have the design yet, but the corrosion testing, is that going to? Well, it ain't gonna matter. Most of it's going to be behind the 8-ball anyway because we don't have the design yet.
No concerns with like the functionality of the test, but the timing's going to be the issue on that one.
Yeah.
getting
And I
it
think
done.
the materials, we have confidence in them as well, right? So we technically should say it is low risk, but
Mhm.
yeah, there are always surprises, unfortunately.
Okay, position alignment, yeah. Remove, we're gonna run on PV. Okay, I don't see any. Here goes one.
There's one there.
This is pressure leak test. Okay, verify 100% check report. DV will be for 15 pieces. It says clarify the method for leak checking on the recirc line as well as the VPS connection. So what is YAP's reply to this?
What's the question again? This was about
The question, okay, we're on pressure leak test.
checking the components.
Yeah, 100% check for the DV as well as the PV report testing 15 pieces, as well as verifying the leak checking of the recirc line and the vapor pressure sensor connections at our swedges, I would believe.
So once again, we're purchasing those parts. So we're not swedging that on, right?
Correct.
Yeah, so you're just they're not gonna leak test them as part of the assembly once everything is connected.
They're leak checked as part of the assembly. To that verifies that there is no damage and that the connections were made properly.
Okay.
So the only thing that I would say is, like, for the second part, that's PV, that should be helium. The first one where we don't have our helium ready, we use pressure decay or bubble test or something.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, that's the only thing I would put for that.
We have it over here. The YAP will share the production helium test data.
For DV, that's usually not available. We just do pressure decay, or like I use labs to test them. Did it element pressure.
Okay, I'm going to put okay in here for the PV,
Yeah.
as well as for, and here it says clarify the method for leak checking at this. That's just going to be part of the assembly, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know who's making it or who's actually swedging it on. Just like the earlier check you had in there for the recirc line, I imagine we're getting whoever we're sourcing is going to swedge that, and they can't ship them to us without leak checking them. I just don't know what the method is.
Yeah, I got you. Okay, vacuum check, that's okay. Pressure drop, that's okay.
Okay's in there.
Okay, next one. System refueling. We have some responses to this one. Question was from us, check how many field pipe assemblies YAP will provide for testing at tank supplier. Then YAP will identify if there are any areas to avoid adding instrumentation to the field tube.
Well, we're the tank supplier, so
y'all not gonna talk to each other?
No. What I do is, and I have written, and I've worked with Charlie and Mike, I only use one pipe. Like we
already agreed with that. I think it's
yeah.
And for the refueling table, actually we had a meeting last week. I think I can't remember Wednesday or Thursday or earlier this week with Brian Soap and Julio from the tank team to work on the matrix, what specific tests are going to be done, and how to reduce it for PV between PV1
we have
and
that
PV2.
already verified on the tank side. We reduced it for DV, or is it PV1 or critical
PV1. Yeah.
PV1 has got reduced. That's all been solidified. We just have to hand them a pipe.
Yep, and then from our side, we're okay with it, and Mike said that, we're fine with doing the one filler pipe as well.
Okay, so this is considered a good to go then from
Yeah,
start.
that's been completed. Those
Yeah,
should be
that one's good to go.
okay.
Nozzle loading. It says okay, but need to be performed. We haven't done that yet. We don't know exactly yet how that's going to affect us. It shouldn't affect the design of our pipe as it routes from, well, hopefully it won't, from our field door down to the tank, but it require another attachment somewhere. Don't know.
Yeah.
So we say okay, but this is an interesting topic because what is our nozzle loading for our current D2s today? What that has the plastic house, and that's what we're working on. We're trying to get that information and seeing. So once
Yeah, I
we
was gonna
have
tell
that,
you, are we trying to figure that out ourselves? Yes.
Well,
yes.
isn't there two ways? Don't you guys do a sim study mainly for DV, and then for PV you do a physical test? I'm not sure how this gets done.
Yeah, exactly. We usually do the FEA to make sure everything is fine from that perspective, and then we run it physically. And it will be the same here.
So the only thing with this is that actually the sim study is one thing, but the physical test, I guess this is a timing issue, right? At what point at X2 or whenever do we have it done, and this could be a timing ramification? Because the brackets are stamped and there's long lead line in the tooling and stuff, so you need to have a robust design kicked off. Your CAE study is, passing, and then you have to do your physical test, because if not, if you got to go change your bracket or add a gusset to it, these metal manufacturers, these metal people, they have long lead times on stuff. So that's something we should pay attention to from a timing spec.
Okay.
But again, we know that is yet to both the CAE, the initial analysis, and the actual physical part one that needs to be done. But we should have a good idea from the CAE what direction we should be headed in if they believe it's going to be an issue. So by the time we get to making the final bracket, yeah.
And in this one in particular, we were doing the two FEAs because the first one is, we know that the current design most likely doesn't make nozzle loading. What we want to do is just to see where we're at on that one, again, for nozzle loading, to aim towards that target so that we are at least on par with the current design. So that is just to establish the baseline to see what we need to get. And then we'll be doing the FEA for the current design to show, okay, it does meet the requirement, or it does meet the requirement, we need to change it and all of that. And once that is good, then technically, eventually, we would have the physical test just to confirm everything is okay.
All right, so more to come on that, of course. Upcoupling, that's okay. Well, it's part of that. All these are okay. Now, do we list, and I know we're already following it, the perm, well, we indicated it needs to be a single pipe in chamber, not multiple like they've been done for the J4U.
Yeah, I've been having daily meetings with our team, so we're doing it individually. There's an example right there that I'm getting quotes in the U.S. and our China team too to be prepared when we get these parts. I showed them pictures and how they do it locally, like I showed you guys the other day, and our China team understands. And I got Felix and our director involved, so. But we don't plan on starting any of that until next year.
Well, I was just looking at, because we've got in this for the perm, we've got NR for DV, J4U perm will be. Is this saying that we're using the results from J4U?
Not required for DV. Yeah, we're only doing PB off tool off process for this, right?
Correct.
Well, this is just me. My concern with that is because they did it in 3 and they was getting the average off of 3, but this, how similar or lengthwise is our tubing compared to J4U?
Right, but we still don't have parts for DV anyways, right? Like we still need to do it at PV point.
That's true.
And technically the materials, because you provided the calculations, right? So we're kind of relying on the calculations that were done to say, okay, we expect to be within this range of values when it comes to permeation, and then we'll be doing the physical test with PV parts to make sure that we are within the limits of the calculation.
Yeah, and the original thought behind the J4U using that surrogate data, that was coming from Mike Marcon, and the justification was that we're using all of the same interfaces.
Same, that's true.
Same components.
Yes.
You know, granted, this one version of the fill pipe is a longer fill pipe, but there's no additional hermetic welds, and so that, you know, that length is something that we know through our permeation calculator what the, you know, addition of that was, and it was negligible. The higher permeation adds are like when you start putting on additional welded components or different seals on the attachment methods, or like a different ICV, perhaps, that sort of thing.
Okay. All right. Okay, I burned, and we know about that. That's that's not going to change. And that's okay. Okay. This one must became okay because it's turned blue. And we're checking vibrations, cycle testing.
Yeah, the question, I guess, was whether we could run it all at the same time, and the answer was yes. With the tank, right? No need to run separately.
Okay.
And also the other comment was that they want to do a few samples to more lives, and that if they want to do it, they just need to leak check between each life, which is after that the 20, 40, and 60-hour check. Do pressure decay to make sure that it's still, like, we don't run all 3 lives and then find out that it failed and no idea of exactly when it failed. So we just run everything to make sure it's fine. Sorry, we leak test in between each one to make sure it was fine.
Okay. This one seems to be still up in the air because it's yellow. And this is the impulse pressure vacuum fatigue test. It says use surrogate data from J4U, was run complete system pipe tank. That needs to perform a leak check at the end of each. Okay, this is what you were just talking about?
Yeah, it applies the same thing. And then the other question was if there was any difference between the what is it called? Between the ICE and the PHEV version of the test, and right now, no, it is the same one.
Okay. So, do we need to change this color from yellow to blue, or we just keeping it yellow to grab our attention?
I think we should be okay to move it to blue. Ross, is there any reason we want to keep it at yellow?
No, the color coding is really not so important for those text columns there.
Okay, well, I just turned to blue.
All right.
Mechanical resistance. Verify that the same attachment design is used between J4U and HD, which is not. So this is not the same attachment scheme. I know at one point they thought we were going to use the same bracket, right? The mounting bracket, but that's different. We have, for J4U, we have the 2 bolts that is driven up into the wheelhouse. And then for our design, it's going to be our bracket off a fill pipe with a bolt attaching to a body bracket off a body. So it's not surrogate data that we could use.
Which one is this? Sorry,
I'm sorry, number 40, this one here. Mechanical resistance.
Oh, yeah, the insertion, sorry, tension. Yep.
So it won't be surrogate data off the J4U. I know we don't have a bracket, for DV, but it's not the same attachment scheme. We can't even use the same fastener, actually, either.
Yeah, but I think that at this point, because I'm trying to remember, I'm pretty sure we agreed that it wasn't going to be needed for DV. We were going to be running it at PV, and the attachment point was mechanical resistance. Well, because this is the one where you insert and remove the nozzle every time, right?
Right.
So we do want to run it again, but that part itself would be the same as J4U, which is kind of the cup section. So we say, okay, we can surrogate for DV, but we will be running it for PV because although that part technically would be very similar, it will be different. So we do want to run it at PV.
So what I would recommend is if we could do it early PV, not wait to the end, like a PV1 critical or something. I mean, I don't know what the tooling is. The head shell should be the same. These parts got to come from Mexico, so I think the test is being done in China. It's kind of low risk. We'll just do it for PV1, but it is what it is. When the parts are available off tool and off process, that's when we got to run it.
Right? Yeah. Okay. I believe that's it. Yeah. That's it for the long pipe. For our short pipe, I don't think it should be many questions for that because it should be a lot of the same as we just went through.
So let's look at that real quick. Let's go down to the one we were just talking about, number 40 or whatever. So we have to even do that for that if it's the same cup and everything? I guess maybe if it's a different holding mechanism, right?
It's going to be a different holding mechanism. We will still need to do it for PV though, just like we're planning to do it for the long
okay. So these were all okay. Let's see if there's any notes in here. Same notes on our leak test. Yeah.
But they look to be the same. Need to perform that. These are the same.
They look like they were all exactly the same, right?
Yeah. Simulations. What is this? Vibration testing. Okay. Yeah, because the short version attachment is actually going to be using the J4U bracket, which is interesting. Yeah, it's saying the same thing.
Yeah, the funny part is that J4U meeting this morning, and that's heating up again.
Which J4U meeting? The new variants or the ice one?
Is that going to pass up the heavy duty? We'll be able to use this J4U surrogate again?
Well, ice. Well, that's what we're basing all this stuff off, the J4U ice.
I know, it might pass these up again. Who knows? It's 100 miles an hour and get going. Funny.
Okay, well, it looks like, because I don't want to hold everybody up, it looks like after reviewing basically the long version pipe is a carryover to the short. Other than the length of pipe.
We're in good shape, but I agree with Russ. We got to get, once we get our TKO and we're design pros, and then we can backfill the timing and then see if there's going to be any red flags there, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And hopefully we'll get that okay for which direction we're going with the bracket. To see. Yeah. Okay. Any other questions? I don't want to hold you guys up. I don't want to hold myself up. I got these RMSs I'm trying to.
Oh, I'm good. I got another meeting. Thanks, Craig.
Not another meeting. Yeah, thanks, Jim.
Hey, Craig.
Right.
Can you
yes.
Can you retitle that? Like save that with today's dates and send out. So I've got the one that has the couple of updates.
Sure. I will do.
All right.
I'll send it out back to you, and then you can send it back out to the team.
All right. Thank you.
Well, I'll just send it out to the team, and you can confirm it.
Yeah, that sounds good.
All right. All right. Thanks, everybody.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Now they're saying in a meeting I was at today, one of the heavy duty Rep E tanks may be canceled. No dual version, maybe. They're celebrating. So maybe the 27 gallon or 43 might go away. I don't know, man.
Hey guys.
Every day is a new day.
Yay!
It's like they're putting everything else on hold.
Hey guys, I just finished up my other meeting.
Hi, Russ.
All right, we got 20 minutes left.
Yeah. Anything else?
I can't think of anything right now. I'm fried.
Okay. Well, if nobody has any other items that they want to discuss, we can close out the meeting. But if anybody does have something, any issues that you want to talk about? Oh, I have something. This morning in the LB meeting, we were talking about the Gentherm ICV change, and Paul mentioned that when we have changes that affect multiple programs, we need to provide the change documentation, the whole presentation, to Jorge and his team first, and then bring it to the different program teams to review. Okay. So in the future, we have to do it that way.
I think,
Well, how are we?
Instead of going the other way.
It needs to be done in parallel. Why Paul Fitzgerald was saying that?
Yeah, and probably doing it in parallel is good, but he doesn't want us to go through, like for the JLP have, they're very close to approving the change on the valve on the ICV, but how does that affect the LB program? How does that affect the HD program? How does that affect HD using the same valve? How does that affect the LX Lev 3? Does Stellantis really, they want to review it at a higher level so that those people can walk that change down and make sure that everybody's aware of it.
Yeah.
Somehow it got out that one of the changes, I don't know if it was that one or if it was a different, maybe a different Gentherm change. The product engineer didn't know what the change was when they were talking about it. So it was a little bit messed up on their end.
Talking about on the Stellantis end?
Yes, on the Stellantis end. But I can't remember which change he was mentioning.
So synergy. So when we go into the program managers go into individual meetings, because we're not all on the same page and we roll stuff out, then
So when we're talking about those changes that are going to affect multiple programs, we should bring it to their engineering leads and review it with them. How that was done when I was doing like product development manager, I was responsible for doing all of that. So my expectation is that Felix or Randy, as managers and director, need to be the one to facilitate that. Put together the list showing what programs are affected, calling the teams together, making sure everyone's in alignment. That would be my suggestion.
So, and I'm going to expand on that, Russ. To Russ's point, we don't have a point person like Randy or Felix. We are and it happened this morning, I don't know if Kellen's in the room, we are creating enemies on our end with DREs and also with PCs. Because they're getting their butts handed to them by Jorge and the mirror. And they're going to come back to us with full head of steam and start screaming out orders and not be happy. The other part of that is if we don't roll it out effectively from a higher management level, in Paul's case on the LB, there's blackout periods that we didn't account for. So I don't like going on to meetings like I did this morning and have one of my release engineers from Slantis tell me that he had his ass handed to him by Jorge and screaming at him to go to Felix and go to upper management. I haven't had a chance to tell that to Felix yet, but Kellen knows what I'm talking. It's not right. And it's going to happen more the way things are happening.
Hi, Jim. Hi, Jim.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the topic? I just heard my name.
Oh, so I didn't know you were on the call, but Subham was mad this morning because, and Jorge yelled at him because he called out your name saying that why didn't he go to Felix on the issue with the RU pressure vacuum or whatever.
Yeah.
So he was the answers, and now he's kind of upset at us because Jorge yelled at him, but he was nice to me and Colleen, but he wanted to have a meeting with you and everyone on Friday and then follow up on Monday.
Okay, no problem. We could update our presentation and show to them, because we know not only customer. From my side, I also feel uncomfortable with the test result from headquarters. So I'm still negotiating with headquarters to see how they provide the test result to me, because currently they have a test result, but it seems some of the numbers is not reasonable. So that's why.
So yeah, and thanks for that, Felix, because just so everyone on the call knows, I defended you, Felix, in our company, and I said we're still working on it. And
yes.
I would let you know because we want to make sure that it's accurate and correct. We're not trying to stall, but we wanted to make sure, and we are. We're telling them every day. We showed them data. We're telling them we're at TRP. We're doing everything we can. It's just that I was upset that Jorge yelled at Sabam because he's been good to us, right? He's not.
I understand.
Okay.
So I know Jorge will be picky with their team.
Yeah.
So I also understand. So that's why recently I still working on the presentation, and hopefully this Friday or next Monday, or maybe next Monday, the Friday, I will on the way back to.
We told them that. We told them you were busy, making sure that stuff was right, and we tried to push it to Monday, but
we will see. So
that's where we're at.
Yeah, because I have two different test results now, so I need to know which one is correct.
Yeah, the other thing that's really bothering everyone on the call too is this: we're getting hammered on this lock ring and E-ring and these metal and stuff. So on all programs now, Felix, I don't know if you heard, but they're going after us on every program now. I'm worried it's going to come up on the heavy duty now, and actually it has.
For the coatings,
the
coating check. Yeah. Actually, I do not like that proposal.
No, I don't either. We're trying to back them out, but now it seems like they're going after us program by program, and Jorge's upset because I think we got our company covered, and I think he's trying to figure a way to wiggle his way out of it. Slantis is. That's what me and Dave think anyway, and all of us, but I don't know how that's going to end up, but that's another one that's contentious all the time.
Okay, got you. Thank you for the information.
All right, that's all I have.
Yeah, thank you.
Any other items? See, I knew you had something, Jim. Just had to drag it out of you.
I'm just glad Felix was on a call
Jim's
because I wanted to tell him, but I didn't want to bother him. Because I know he's busy wherever he's at. All right, thanks. I'm good.
All right. If nothing else, we'll close out the meeting.
All right, thanks, Dave.
Thank you. Thank you.
3, 2, 2, 1. Homewood Suites.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice message.
Just not worth going through the stress. Freak out and throw stuff, world's greatest drag. Read a little book about Vlad the Impaler. Vlad the Impaler. Vlad the Impaler.
nearby then. Yes, I did verify the login works directly at the website and the sync setting is set up on Monarch. Stop.